Welcome to the Pencil Bob channel. I hope you enjoy the story. Remember to like and subscribe. And now the story. Do us a favor, if you don't like something about one of our videos, don't just hit the thumbs down. Leave us a comment so we can improve. Thanks. Part 1. The Murders, a Gruesome Tale Unfolded. In the dimly lit alleys of Victorian London, a series of brutal murders shook the very foundations of society, creating an enigma that still lingers in the annals of crime history, the infamous Jack the Ripper. The Whitechapel murders, as they came to be known, occurred between 1888 and 1891, with 5 confirmed victims whose lives were gruesomely cut short. Mary and Nichols, August 31, 1888. The chilling spree began with the murder of Mary and Nichols. Found in Bucks Row, she bore the trademark mutilations that would later become the Ripper's gruesome signature. Her throat was slashed, and her abdomen savagely mutilated. Annie Chapman, September 8, 1888. A mere week later, Annie Chapman fell victim to the Ripper's brutality. Her body was discovered in Hanbury Street, her throat cut, and her abdomen laid open with horrifying precision. Elizabeth Stride and Catherine Eddowes, September 30, 1888. On the ominous night of September 30, the Ripper claimed a double kill. Elizabeth Stride was found with her throat slashed, yet her body lacked the typical abdominal mutilations. A mere hour later, Catherine Eddowes was discovered in Mitre Square, her body gruesomely disfigured. The ferocity of the killings reached new heights. Mary Jane Kelly, November 9, 1888. The Ripper's final and perhaps most gruesome act unfolded with the murder of Mary Jane Kelly. Found in her squalid room, her body was horrifically mutilated beyond recognition, marking the climax of the Whitechapel murders. The brutality of the killings left Victorian London in a state of fear, and the elusive Jack the Ripper became a haunting figure in the city's nightmares. Part 2. Today's suspects, unmasking the shadows. Over a century later, the identity of Jack the Ripper remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in criminal history. Various suspects have been proposed, but none definitively proven. Modern investigators and armchair detectives continue to sift through the evidence, scrutinizing suspects with the aid of advancements in forensic science. Suspect 1, Aaron Kosminski. One of the leading candidates is Aaron Kosminski, a Polish immigrant and a known resident of Whitechapel during the murders. Recent advancements in DNA analysis have purportedly linked him to a shawl found at the crime scene of Catherine Eddowes. However, skepticism persists among some experts, questioning the reliability of the evidence and the potential for contamination over the decades. Suspect 2, Walter Sickert. An unconventional theory points towards the acclaimed artist Walter Sickert as Jack the Ripper. Advocates of this theory argue that Sickert's paintings contain hidden clues to the murders. Yet, this speculative connection remains tenuous, relying more on artistic interpretation than concrete evidence. Suspect 3, Montague John Druitt. A lesser-known suspect is Montague John Druitt, a barrister with a troubled past. Druitt faced personal and professional challenges, ultimately leading to his apparent suicide shortly after the last Ripper murder. Some theorists suggest that Druitt's mental state and proximity to the crime scenes make him a compelling suspect. However, others argue that the lack of concrete evidence linking him to the crimes leaves his involvement in doubt. Suspect 4, Michael Ostrog. Another intriguing figure is Michael Ostrog, a Russian-born criminal and conman known for his deceptive ways. Ostrog's criminal history and nomadic lifestyle raise suspicions, especially given his frequent brushes with the law. While lacking direct evidence tying him to the Ripper murders, his mysterious background has fueled speculation about his potential involvement. Suspect 5, James Maybrick. James Maybrick, a cotton merchant, is a controversial figure in the Jack the Ripper saga. His diary, allegedly discovered in the 1990s, contains confessions to the murders. However, the authenticity of the diary is heavily debated, with some experts dismissing it as a forgery. Maybrick's troubled marriage and possible connections to the Ripper's victims make him a divisive figure among ripperologists. Suspect 6, Jill the Ripper. Unconventional theories even propose the existence of a female killer, referred to as Jill the Ripper. Some argue that the brutal nature of the murders and the anatomical knowledge required suggest a medical professional, possibly a midwife or nurse. This theory challenges the traditional perception of Jack the Ripper as a male assailant and adds a layer of complexity to the ongoing investigation. Suspect 7, Joseph Barnett. Joseph Barnett, the former lover of one of the Ripper's victims, Mary Jane Kelly, has also come under scrutiny. Some theorists speculate that Barnett, driven by jealousy or a personal vendetta, may have committed the murders. However, the lack of concrete evidence connecting him to the crime scenes and the possibility of multiple perpetrators make his involvement speculative. In the quest to unmask the shadows surrounding Jack the Ripper, these lesser-known suspects add layers of intrigue and mystery to an already perplexing case. As modern forensic techniques continue to evolve, the hope remains that new evidence may one day shed light on the true identity of this elusive killer. Part 3, Unraveling the Motives. A modern profiling perspective on Jack the Ripper. As we delve into the motivations driving Jack the Ripper's heinous acts, a modern profiling perspective allows us to dissect the enigmatic mind behind the infamous Whitechapel murders. While the true motives are shrouded in the annals of history, contemporary criminology offers insights into the complex and disturbing psyche of serial killers. Power and control. One prevalent theory that echoes through the corridors of criminal profiling posits that Jack the Ripper sought power and control over his victims. The savage mutilations inflicted upon the unfortunate women, coupled with the brazen public nature of the crimes, point to a desire for dominance. It is conceivable that the Ripper reveled in the terror he instilled within the community, manipulating and subjugating his victims in a gruesome display of power. Sexual deviancy. Another chilling perspective suggests a sexual motive driving the murders, emphasizing the extreme mutilation of the victim's reproductive organs. This aligns with the patterns observed in the profiles of serial killers who derive a perverse pleasure from the sexual aspects of their crimes. The mutilations may have served as a manifestation of the Ripper's disturbed sexual fantasies, intertwining violence and desire in a macabre dance. Psychological dysfunction. A modern lens reveals Jack the Ripper's actions as indicative of profound psychological dysfunction. The sadistic pleasure derived from the killings, combined with the meticulous nature of the mutilations, align with patterns commonly observed in psychopathic and antisocial personalities. The Ripper's ability to blend into the community, coupled with the cunning to elude authorities, suggests a level of calculated insanity that kept him elusive. Social and economic context. Beyond individual motives, the socio-economic conditions of Victorian-era Whitechapel also played a role in creating a breeding ground for criminality. The impoverished and overcrowded slums fostered an environment where crime thrived, and societal structures failed to protect the most vulnerable. Jack the Ripper may have been a product of the harsh conditions, a symbol of societal neglect and the dehumanizing effects of extreme poverty. Copycat phenomenon. Some theories entertain the possibility of multiple individuals adopting the Jack the Ripper persona, contributing to the difficulty of establishing a singular motive. The allure of notoriety and the fear instilled in the public might have sparked a copycat phenomenon, further obscuring the true motives behind the initial set of murders. As the shadows of history persist in concealing the identity of Jack the Ripper, the intrigue surrounding this mysterious figure endures. In the confluence of the past and present, the Whitechapel murders remain an indelible stain on the canvas of criminal history, challenging the boundaries of forensic science and our understanding of malevolence. Profiling offers a contemporary lens through which we attempt to unravel the intricate motivations that led to these horrific crimes, but the mystery of Jack the Ripper continues to elude definitive resolution. Solving Jack the Ripper. Would modern forensics crack the case? The infamous Jack the Ripper case, shrouded in mystery and intrigue, continues to captivate the imagination of true crime enthusiasts and historians alike. As we delve into the hypothetical scenario of the Whitechapel murders occurring in the present day, the question arises, could modern forensic techniques finally unmask the elusive Ripper? Let's explore the arguments for and against the possibility of solving the Jack the Ripper case with the aid of contemporary forensic science. 4. DNA analysis. One of the most significant advancements in forensic science since the 19th century is DNA analysis. If the crime scene evidence, such as the clothing or belongings of the victims, were preserved, modern forensic experts could attempt to extract DNA samples. Any genetic material left by the perpetrator might be compared against databases, potentially yielding a match or, at the very least, narrowing down the pool of suspects. Crime scene reconstruction. Advanced technology allows for detailed crime scene reconstructions, which could provide crucial insights into the modus operandi of Jack the Ripper. Combining historical records, witness testimonies, and forensic evidence, investigators might reconstruct the sequence of events, shedding light on the killer's patterns and behaviors. Digital forensics. In the digital age, investigators can leverage digital forensics to analyze historical documents, letters, and photographs associated with the case. Sophisticated software and techniques could uncover hidden details, providing a fresh perspective on the evidence and potentially unearthing overlooked clues. Behavioral profiling. Modern criminal profiling techniques, informed by decades of research and case studies, could offer a more refined understanding of Jack the Ripper's motives and personality. Behavioral analysts might identify patterns in the crime scenes and the killer's modus operandi, contributing to a more accurate psychological profile. Against. Deterioration of evidence. Over time, evidence from the late 19th century may have deteriorated or been compromised, making it challenging to extract viable DNA samples. Preservation methods in the Victorian era were not as advanced as today, and environmental factors could have further degraded the forensic material. Lack of contemporary technology. Jack the Ripper operated in an era devoid of CCTV cameras, advanced forensic laboratories, and other technological advancements. The absence of these tools limits the scope of evidence collection and analysis, hindering investigators in their quest to reconstruct the crime scenes and identify the perpetrator. Limited documentation. Unlike modern cases, the Whitechapel murders suffered from limited documentation and record keeping. Many potential witnesses and pieces of evidence may have gone unrecorded, making it challenging to establish a comprehensive timeline and reconstruct the events accurately. Copycat confusion. The passage of time and the proliferation of theories may have blurred the lines between authentic evidence and later embellishments or copycat crimes. Sorting through the layers of speculation and misinformation presents a significant obstacle to investigators trying to solve a case more than a century old. In conclusion, while modern forensics have the potential to unravel long-standing mysteries, the Jack the Ripper case poses unique challenges. The deterioration of evidence, the limitations of technology in the Victorian era, and the lack of contemporary documentation create formidable barriers. While we can't definitively say whether the case would be solved today, the legacy of Jack the Ripper endures as a testament to the enduring fascination with unsolved mysteries in the annals of true crime history. I am looking for some feedback from our viewers. This question has been asked before and I will continue to ask until it gets sorted. Are the written words necessary, or do you just prefer to have our animated character read the story? Some have said yes, I want the words, others do not care either way. So let us know in the comments, as I am always looking towards making better videos for all of you out there. Have a great day. I would like to thank you for watching the video to the end. To encourage us to make more videos, please like, subscribe, comment, as well as share. Check out this other video if you haven't already.